Oh, hopefully we're going to get the dead tree removed. But I had to actually get the this roller door right up to the top, and it's never done that. It's supposed to go right up like this, but it's always hung just down there, which is not right. So it's never really worked correctly. That's how it should go, right that far. They've had to actually tie it up like that to secure it in the right position, so you got that clearance. But before that, it didn't have proper clearance, so they couldn't get his equipment in. So at least he worked it out, because the guy who delivered the saw didn't even try doing that. So I reckon some building and pests should have noticed it. So anyway, this is hopefully they'll be able to get the equipment in the right position to actually get this done. Bloody tree getting out of here. Any luck? Fingers crossed. So he's got the heavy equipment, which is great.
Bring it around now. Jack it around. Keep coming. Not going to pavement. You won't hurt the tile. Okay, try that. Keep coming. Now we're looking. Keep going. Yeah, break up a little bit. Okay, keep coming.
Hopefully it'll work itself out. Well, the lads have had lunch and we just had a long chat, which is nice. And we'll get to the business end now. Get the motor going, and hopefully the cherry picker will be erected fairly soon, and we'll see the arse end of this damn dead tree, which has been a pain in the butt. The cherry picker is going north, and the tree is actually over on that side. That's the small one, on the one to the left, but the one he's got to do is right behind it, the dead tree. So just getting rid of some foliage now, I think, just stripping the foliage down. And yeah, there's a bit of, he's a bit worried whether you get the right position to get it to work, but they were able to squeeze it in. There's a great lump there for some reason. I don't know why that is, but unfortunately he doesn't do landscape, but he reckons I don't need, Marcus says I don't need to have a pit here for the drainage. He said it's more about the way the slope is in this property. It's sloping the wrong direction. It should be sloping down there, so it'll go into that major drain down below. Apparently my neighbour there is actually a doctor in Mosman, so Scottish descent. I thought she was Irish. Anyway, they're getting into it now. Probably keep my distance. It's a bit of a shame losing a bit more foliage, but it's a dead tree after all anyway, so I don't really care. Yeah, quite a bit of stuff to be done here. Now we're making progress. It's a good day for it. The weather again's superb. Good thing there's no rain. I hope Paul, the insulation guy, turns up today. I'd like to get my connector worked out with the TV, because I can't get broadcast TV at the moment. But there's right up the top there. Oh, amazing! It's actually happening. This has been a real thorn in the side for a while now. Yeah, they also have the opinion that what I paid for my place is actually way under what the market value is right now. And also agree with me that once these lockdowns are removed down south, in both New South and Victoria, the real estate market here should really take off. So they tended to agree with me on that one. There he is, right up there. Wow. You get a good view in that job. Better than the bad old days when you just have to shimmy up the tree. Anyway, it's all happening. We're finally getting the damn thing done. Terrific. Yeah, so these are the new ceramic pots I've got. Not that the plants are doing that well there. And I've got some more pots there that I do. And I'll move this over to this side because it gets more light. The my tomatoes need a lot of light, so they've now up the top there they get stacks of sun there, and that's looking quite healthy. That spinach there. So I don't think it's getting eaten away by as much as that one was, so it should be good. There we go. Yep, bit of foliage going. Although that would be from a living tree, not the dead one. The dead one wouldn't have foliage like that, so place is going to get denuded a bit more, unfortunately. Well, at the next tree, he's just doing the bottom bit now. Doesn't have to use the cherry picker anymore. Marcus will just go straight into it and remove the trunk. That'll be great. Finally done. Another tick off the box. It's good. Hello everyone. It's Tuesday, and yesterday I got the this tree in the corner removed. At least the tree lopping guys came round, and you saw the footage anyway, so you know what was going on, and they cleared it up. The only complication is that they've buggered up my door as a process, because they had to. The same problem occurred with this this roller door that I encountered when I got the earth delivered from Northside Raw Materials. It only goes up part of the way, and so you've still got it hanging over a little bit, and so the guy who bought all the soil and the topsoil and all the other stuff, he couldn't actually get the truck to back all the way up. Of course, you can see there's an angle there as well, so it's actually narrower down that end of the carport than it is in the opening of the carport. So that's another issue. So what these guys did was they manually dragged the roller door right up there. But what they've had to do is disconnect this particular piece of equipment from the actual from the door itself, and that needs to be reattached so that the actual motor can drag it along. But unfortunately, the motor doesn't drag it right to the end, which needs to be done so that you've got total clearance there. So that's been an issue, and it's still an issue. They say they're going to come back and fix it for me. That was just one of two issues I had yesterday with tradies. The other one was with the Paul who installed the insulation. Seems like a nice guy, but one thing that happened during the installation process is, again, I lost the feed for broadcast TV through my aerial, so it was disconnected. Look, to his credit, he actually responded very quickly when I contacted him, and he even phoned me yesterday in the morning. So he's very conscientious getting back to me. So he's a good tradie, and he turned up probably an hour or two later than probably what he said he was going to, because he had a big job on, and that's fine, that happens. But he got straight into it, and it only took him about 20 minutes to find the connection, and finally I've got broadcast TV back again. But it's frustrating because it's the second time I've had problems with broadcast TV since moving into this house. I've had quite a few issues with the house, just niggly issues. But though that one's resolved now, I've just got to get the roller door issue resolved. To be quite frank, I'd prefer to have a manual roller door. I'd just pull up with a chain like the old style one, because there's no electrics or motors to stuff things up. It's simple and it works, and yeah, okay, it's a little bit of effort, but I think I'd prefer that, to be quite frank. But I don't know if that's possible with that type of door anyway. You may have to do it with a although, you know, they were able to manually move it, so I guess you could probably put something in like that, I guess. I don't know if it's possible to retrofit it. That would be good. I've used up all of my premium potting mix. Now this is 50 litres, so I had this 50-litre pack of Osmocote plus a 25-litre one. I've used it all, and I bought 11 of these little pots from Bunnings last Thursday, and I've transferred a few of the best seedlings into those pots, and the ones in the front I've just planted tomato seeds in there because I don't have quite enough tomato plants growing. They're doing well, but I just need more. I think these are doing okay, the spinach. It seems healthy enough, and I think these are green peppers, and the green peppers seem to be doing quite well. Now they're the spinach that I took off from the other when this particular container was actually full of the inferior potting mix. So those are the spinach that are trying to recover from that. They were never growing as well as these ones. The Osmocote's definitely a superior potting mix. There's no doubt about it. Well, regarding that particular plant anyway, maybe they grow better with other plants. So to be scientific, I can't make that as a definitive statement, but I can sort of basically talk about that side of things. So that's what's happening here. My frustration with this place is that, well, I've got to get the fence done down the back. I've got to contact that guy. I haven't done it yet, so I'll get off my ass and do that today. It just seems like I'm always contacting tradies. It just never stops because there's just so many projects. I mean, it was always going to be worse straight after I bought the place. So, you know, that's just the way it is. The first year is going to be the hardest. The other thing I've decided to, I bit the bullet on Sunday and I decided to register for a vaccine shot. The only reason is, I mean, you know, I'm fairly dubious about this, the way Big Pharma's been given a free ticket, not being prosecuted for people, you know, perishing as a consequence of the vaccines and what have you. So the whole thing's a bit sus. But I'm in a high risk group by age and respiratory illness. So look, I just can't take the risk. It's a cost-benefit analysis, I guess, and in my case, I'm making the call that it is probably better to get it than not, and especially after talking to my GP last Thursday, who said he thought that the AstraZeneca was probably had less onerous side effects than the Pfizer. So I didn't expect that, but he seemed to think that the AstraZeneca could have actually been wide-handed as a pharmaceutical company, the company that produced it, because by the likes of Pfizer or their allies. Who knows? I mean, there's a lot of money involved, and it's possible. So, but I hadn't even thought about that. So that was an interesting observation. So it was good to talk to my GP about it, and. So given that information, I've decided to go ahead with the vaccine. It's carried out at the James Cook University campus, so there's a bus stop just down the road from the building where it's taking place, so that's not an issue. They want you to get one of those QRs, those stupid QR codes. I actually used my my Hotmail address for that email. I should have used the Gmail one because I can get my Gmail emails on the new phone, but I think I'll have to change my password for my Hotmail. For some reason I think it's changed, and that's why I can't now access it on either of the phones, the old phone or the new one. The new phone seems to be running pretty well though. I've got to say I'm pretty happy with that. It actually charged a bit too quickly today. I was hoping to stop it charging at about 80%, which is recommended. Between 30 and 80% is the range you should have the charge to prolong the life of the battery. But it shot straight up to 92. It was taking a while to get up there, but it seems to have just had a spurt, and it took me unawares. So basically now it's up to a 92, which is a little higher than I'd hoped, but you know, I've just got to be very careful when recharging it. Obviously, you've got to watch it like a hawk. It'd be nice if there was actually an app that actually made sure it only charged up to, say, 80% and reminded you it needs a recharge just before 30%. That would be quite good, but someone's probably developed it, but I guess I could look it up and see if I can find something like that. That would be nice. But yeah, my frustration with this place is I just want to get a lot more planting done, and not having a car is a real hassle for me. I can't go down to Bunnings and just get well, I mean, I could, but I'd have to then get a hire car to take me back. I've got to get some trees planted in the front yard. I tried to see whether Marcus, who's the tree lopper, would be interested in sort of, preparing the soil and what have you, because he has bobcats, but he showed no interest. Some of these tradies, they can pick and choose at the moment because there's just so much work around. He said he could get a lot more work if he wanted to, but he just knocks it back. I think it's the case with virtually all tradies up here at the moment. They've got a whip hand, and if you need stuff done, you've got to be. Well, I mean, the other option I could probably go with is the online option, and Air Tasker, for instance, and there's another one as well. I could try them. I might have to, and just see if I can get someone to basically do some landscaping for me, because I desperately need this to take place. But it's not a task that many of the tradies seem to like doing up here. So yeah, it's a dilemma. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you think there's anything there of use to you, or entertainment, or whatever. And either do that or give me a thumbs up, or if you're feeling really energetic, do both. That'd be great.